Hey everybody, this is Lainey at Hilltop Home Place. This is a very impromptu video because I'm really showing you a horrible looking garden. This is the end stage of my garden and it has become a jungle. But I wanted to show you what I'm doing right now because it just amazes me every day. I come out here every day and I'll just fill up a bowl with food. Sometimes twice a day, or sometimes I'll come out here once a day, but I get 2 big bowls of food. And this is just every day. And it never ceases to amaze me because it's kind of like it's taking me out of the equation. I did some beginning work, but these plants, they do the work. And a lot of times they do it when I get out of the way and don't worry about it anymore. This is my Kandahar okra. And these I'm letting overgrow because I'm gonna let this bush here be my seeds. So I want these pods to get really overgrown. They'll get woody and brown. And then I'm gonna use these pods to harvest seeds off of. I bought 1 pack of seeds and I'm not gonna need any more seeds. I'm gonna have them. I also have 1 pod that kind of got away from me. I didn't pick for a few days. So on this bush, I'm gonna let that pod go too. But any of the other ones that are coming on this bush, I'm gonna go ahead and harvest. But that 1 pod, I'm gonna let go. I've got more okra bushes back here, the same ones, Kandahars, and they've gotten really tall. These are about at least 8 foot tall or more. But hanging amongst them, I've got a lot of these hog brain cowpeas. I told you on my other video how they just spread everywhere. They just have taken over my garden. This is them now, and they're dying back, and they're not putting off very many new pods anymore, but that's okay. I have gotten several gallon bags of these cowpeas harvested, and that's pretty much what's in this bowl right now. I've got some okra. I'm still getting a few tomatoes. Got some more okra there. And what I came out here to do today, and I haven't made it over there to do it yet because I decided to film, was bell peppers. My pepper bushes have done phenomenal this year. This one is leaning over onto my okra and it's got beans growing on it and it doesn't care. It just keeps putting off all these peppers. Got a lot of them up here I need to pick. I'm fixing to get at those. All my other pepper plants have just been putting off so many peppers. These are bell peppers here, but they're smaller. They don't tend to get really big. I don't really even remember what they are, but they're delicious. I've been harvesting a bunch of them. Same on this bush. Now something is starting to get at these. I've noticed I had 4 or 5 on this bush that are just starting to rotten. It's like something took a hunk out of them, and then now those spots are turning brown and rotting. It could be like a hornworm, except I don't see any leaf damage on any of these trees. So it could just be something got in my garden and kind of got after them, birds or whatever. I saw a bird on my front porch the other day with a cherry tomato playing with it. So they're getting in here somehow. This particular bush here, and again, I don't remember what I planted. I had sticks with signs out here and they've all faded and fallen down and I have no idea what it was. But look at there. It's just growing so many peppers. So today, that's what I'm fixing to do, is fill this bowl with as many of these peppers as I choose to pick out here today. Because they are starting to die down. I've had a few on this end down here. See those? It started with the very last plant and now it's kind of coming this way. They're just dying down. They're getting tired. And they've got beans and stuff all entwined with them. And I think they're just kind of getting tired. This weather in Louisiana has been brutal this year. We haven't had a drought, except for right now we're kind of in a little mini drought because we haven't had any rain for a couple of weeks, but not like it was the last 2 years. But it's been hot, just so hot and so humid. And it just hits you in the face when you first walk out in the morning. And it stays that way until dark. So I've been kind of not taking care of my garden like I should. You just have to pick and choose. Your health is worth something. And to come out here in this heat and sweat so bad and get to the point where you worry kind of, you know, I'm gonna get heat stroke if I don't go inside. It's not worth it, really. I just kind of told my garden good luck. I come out here every day and I pick, but it's kind of been on its own. And you know what? It didn't really need me that much. It didn't really need me. I come out here late in the evening like this. If you can see behind me, the sun's kind of going down. And I come out here and I just get loads of food, and I feel so blessed. I feel so blessed that we can take these seeds that God created, this whole mechanism of growing, and if we just put them in the ground and tend to them a little bit while the weather is still pretty decent, then they just grow all summer and they just give us all this food. I've got loads of food. I've canned food and I've got fresh food. I'm cooking hog brain beans in there tonight with some ham chunks. And every day, it's just like I walk in the house with bowls of food and it's amazing. Here's this part of today's bounty. This morning, I picked Dixie butter peas from around my carport area. So I've already processed those, but this is my evening bounty. Even got a few more butter beans and stuff down in there. It's just all kind of things every day. It's just absolutely wonderful. And I imagine your freezers look a lot like mine. I have bags of hog brain peas, butter beans, Janie Forrester's, some new green beans that I just picked. I've got all kind of things in here. It's just overflowing. I've got so many bell peppers, I don't know what to do with them. All kind of okra, tomatillas. It just goes on, and I've got to get to canning some of this stuff soon. I've got more green beans in the door of my freezer, and I've already canned one whole batch. This will be my second batch. What I'm doing is as soon as a vegetable is kind of finished, I'm going ahead and canning it. My black-eyed peas have petered out, so I'm going ahead and putting them up. I'm doing that with each of my vegetables as they come due. What I like to do is can crushed tomatoes. I take my emulsion blender and I crush any tomatoes I have, no matter what type they are, cherry, paste, slicer, it doesn't matter. I crush them all up together, just do them together, and I make crushed tomatoes. I like to use these crushed like this to pour straight into chili, my spaghetti, lasagna sauce, whatever you're making. I like to just be able to pour a jar of crushed tomatoes straight in there because I don't like big chunks of tomatoes in my sauces. So this is the way I like to put mine up. And I've been able to put up a lot of that this year. I've already canned a lot of my peppers and made pepper jelly with it. I have all kind of pepper jelly in here. We've eaten it. I've given it to people, and I still have a whole lot on my shelf. It's a great way to use peppers. I just did it with the green peppers. I didn't really have any peppers that were turning red and lasting very well, so I just canned them while they were green. And I used the recipe in the Ball canning book, the one for hot pepper jelly, and it comes out delicious. So I highly recommend this. Put it over some cream cheese, eat it with crackers. It's absolutely wonderful and a great way to use up a bumper crop of peppers. I've also ordered carrots by like 5-pound bags and things like that from Azure. I get them with my order when I'm picking up everything else anyway, and I've been cutting and canning those. I haven't grown any carrots yet this year, and I'm kind of glad I didn't because it's been really, really hot. I don't know how they would have done. I'm going to try to get my beds refurbished and do some for the fall. In this heat, it's hard to be committed to that fall garden, but I'm going to try because I really, really, really believe it's important to keep putting up food and keep that larder stocked right now. It helps so much with price controls. It frees me up doing all these vegetables and things. It frees me up to be able to buy a little better meat than I could normally buy at the grocery store. I like to buy good meat, and I'm kind of committed to that, and it gives me that budget to be able to do it. If I have most of my sides at home and I've done my due diligence with the things I've ordered from Azure and all to give me options for side dishes and stuff, and then the vegetables, and to be able to make cornbread very easily and breads and everything. I have all that stuff stocked, and then I'm able to spend a little bit more to get some good grass-fed beef, some good poultry and things like that. So if you're not thinking about these things, which I can't imagine you're not now. I mean, anybody going to a grocery store has to be thinking about things. But maybe try to get a little fall garden in. Maybe try to just really plan for next spring for this to be the year that you get going with gardening. It's important. I won't go down in the weeds to all the reasons, but I feel like it's important now more than ever. Those of you that have done it these past few years and have jumped in and put your gardens in the ground and have grown things and learned it can, and you've put up stuff, I guarantee you felt the difference. This inflation probably hasn't hit you as hard as it would have had you not started doing things like that. It probably makes you feel really good to know that if prices are up, and it could be just a temporary increase for some reason, that you don't have to go buy that right now, that you have a pantry full of items. That's got to feel good. I know it feels good to me. I think everything I've learned, I've been able to put into use, and it gives me peace. When I hear things, when I hear rumors of things that might come and this, that, and the other, I have peace. I have peace of mind. I don't know how to explain it, but I do know that I've taken everything I feel like God's tried to teach me in the last few years. I've tried to share it with you all, and I know that I've just tried to be a good steward of it. I kind of have taken a break from my channel, but it just overwhelmed me tonight when I was putting all that in my bowl and starting to thunder. And we might get some rain. I hope so. We need it. But it just hit me putting all that in my bowl every day. I've been walking in my house every day with bowls and bowls of stuff from a garden that looks like it needs to have a bush hog come knock it down. And it's still giving me stuff. It's still giving me bounty every day. I sit at my kitchen table and I shell peas and I wash them and spread them out on clean towels, and then I put them in the freezer, and I'm gonna have so many pints to put up, it's unreal. It's just the feeling you cannot get just buying things at the store. So better go inside. It does this a lot and never rains at my house, but maybe today, maybe today. There's always hope. This is Lainey at Hilltop Home Place. Nice to visit with y'all today. Nice to check in and see you. And I hope everything's going well. Let me know in the comments how your gardens are doing. Are you gonna do a fall garden? What you gonna grow? I think I'm gonna just try to do it small and manageable, but at least have something in the ground, because it always makes me feel so good to walk out of my house and see things living and trying to grow and thriving. It just makes me feel good. Y'all have a wonderful, wonderful day. Take care. Bye-bye. We got some rain. It came with thunder and lightning. It poured, but I will take it. This is absolutely fabulous to be able to sit here and look out my back door and see all this rain right now after 2 weeks or so of nothing, and it was getting so dusty and so dry, and it reminded me too much of the droughts from the last 2 years. So to get this rain today was absolutely glorious. Hallelujah. I'll take it.